So today I will be sharing with you our very first example in MVC pattern. As you can see in this diagram, this UML diagram, that we have a class called student that will serve as our model class. This will be our step number 1 with a couple of properties and some getters and setters. Then we have our next step as a view, which is the student view class, which will be responsible for displaying the data about the student. And finally, the controller class, which will control both the model and the view. So the whole idea would be that the controller class will have one object of the model type, at least one object of the model type, and one object of the view type. And the model object will be used by the controller to build an object of student type and then use the student view class object to display the data. So whenever you are interacting with this particular student class model, you're only interacting with the controller class. So to interact with this controller class, we will be creating another class called MVC pattern demo, which will have respective methods to communicate with the controller class. And the controller class will then communicate with model and view classes. So guys, let's get started. So guys, first of all, I will be creating my model class in my Java project. And as I showed you in the UML diagram, the name of the model class is student. No public static void main, is just a model. In this model class, we will be creating just 2 properties or attributes. And then for each one of the properties, I will be generating the getters and the setters. And as you can see, this could be very easily done in Eclipse. I've already shown you how this could be done without having to code a single piece of information. Now we will be moving on to our step number 2, which is the view. After we are done creating the model, we will be creating our view class, which will be called student view. And the student view class, again, will not have any public static void main. The whole idea of the student view class is to be able to see the data that is coming from the student model. So to make that happen, we'll create a method called print student details, which will receive a couple of parameters of string type. And that's about it. We're done with the view. Now let's work with the controller class. Again, no public static void main. We will do that in our demo. The whole idea behind the student controller class is to be able to create an object of student type, which is for the model. So we'll need a model object, and we will also need a view object. So we'll need an object of each one of the 2 types. And then we will need a constructor of the student controller class. The whole job of this controller would be to receive a student model object and a student view object and assign them to the local properties. Again, all of these things I've already discussed with you, how to create constructors and what is the whole purpose of the this keyword and the different implementations. You can visit the Java tutorials that I have given you before. That's why I'm not concentrating on any of this stuff for now. So now it's time to put some setters and getters in place. The whole idea would be to have some setters and getters so that we can interact with the items inside the model class. So we'll create a setter, public void set student name, which will receive a string object called name, and then we will use the model object to set the name by using this property, this parameter. Similarly, we can use set student roll number method, and we can pass roll number, and we can change the setter to set roll number, and then that will be the roll number method. So similarly, I'll be doing my getters. So once I have created all these local getters and setters to set the properties in the actual model, everybody will only interact with controller. Nobody will directly see the model or the views. Here comes another method through which I will now control view. So this is how I will control model object, and now to control view object, we'll be creating a method which will help us tap into the view class and call this method. Now this is a non-static method, so therefore I will be using an object of student view type, view dot, and then I will call print student details, to which I will pass the student name as a first parameter. Model dot get name will be passed as a first parameter, and model dot get roll number will be passed as a second parameter. So this is how the controller class will now control the model and the view. Now comes the very last step, which is our demo step, where we need to demo this MVC architecture. So I will create a new class which we will call demo MVC pattern. Now demo MVC pattern requires a main method, so this is my main method, and in the main method I will be creating an object of model type, view type, and the controller type. However, the approach will be slightly different. So let me create a method which will help me populate my model object. And once it helps me populate my model object, I will then be using this one to grab the rest of the data and pass it to the view and the controller. So as you can see in this method, we are populating a student object with some values, and we are returning the student object. In the main method, we will create our model object, and we will simply call this method to return to us some information. Now I have hard-coded SAM in 5757. You could very well take that input from user in a graphical user interface application or a console-based application, or the data could be coming from a file, and you are then you can constantly call this in a repeated manner like a loop. And instead of having a student model object, you can have a student array object. Or you could be grabbing this data from a database or any other external source. This is just a very simple example to demonstrate how the data can be populated in the model object. You can then take it to any limits. Once you populate that, now it's time to work with the view object. So student view object is now getting populated, and the student view object is declared by calling the local constructor of the student view class. And now comes the student controller, which is the main object student controller. And the student controller object is the one that takes two parameters. One is of student type and one is of the view type. So that's basically what I'm passing. Okay. Now I can use the controller object to call the method update view. Now remember, the update view method is simply to display the details, the current student details. If I run my program right now the way it is, you will see in the output the student details followed by the student name is Sam and the roll number is 5757. That's the default one. Now using the controller object, I could very well change the student roll number to, let's say, 7878. Okay, after I do that, if I make a call again to the update view, notice the next one, the roll number has now changed. It was 5757 and it has now been changed to 7878. So once you build this entire pattern, as you can see, being able to look at the details, being able to change the underlying details, everything is now done with the help of the controller object, and that is the core of the MVC architecture. I hope this example would have helped you understand the MVC architecture, and if you want more examples about the MVC pattern, let me know in the comment section below, and also more specific questions that you may have about this one. This is just the beginning tutorial just to show you how the MVC pattern can be used in Java and how you control the model and the view through the controller class. Catch you at the next tutorial. Till then, take care, guys. Bye bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.